Good morning, everybody. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I wanted to have a fair playthrough of the game before I uploaded anything. So, recently I've been playing Elden Ring Nightreign as everybody else has, right? And the game is pretty enjoyable, I would say. I'm not here to talk about the positive things because they're pretty obvious. Like, it's an Elden Ring multiplayer game that's like a bit faster paced. Of course, the experience is gonna be pretty damn good, and it is. The gameplay is amazing. The gameplay loop is very addictive and fun. But I just want to talk about some of the negatives. Now, I don't want this video to go down as me hating on the game. I absolutely love this game, but it does have some issues, some honestly silly issues that I'm kind of surprised the developers didn't even think of before they decided to release this game. Let's start with the first one that impacted me the most is there's no two-player mode. Now this is bad because if you only have two friends that are willing to buy the game, one friend, I'm sorry. If you had two friends, you had the trio. But if you had one friend that was willing to buy the game and was on PC, you had to like play with a random teammate in your team because you could either play solo or trio. Solo 1 player, trio 3 players. You couldn't choose to play with 2 players. There's no 2-player mode. Which means you're forced to have just a random guy in your team. Which is actually terrible for both parties. It's terrible for me because me and my friend were communicating through Discord. So we're talking about it, you know, this kind of stuff we find, the kind of items that bosses drop. If he finds a weapon that's better for my character, he lets me know through, you know, Discord. And we also communicate a route, like we plan it ahead. Like we're gonna go here and here and here. But with the random teammate, I cannot do that because this it segues into my next issue with the game, which is there's no voice chat or text chat. And I understand text chat because, you know, consoles, but voice chat isn't a thing, which is so fucking weird to me. How are you expecting 3 people that have no connection with each other, right? They don't know each other. How are you expecting them to communicate only through pings? You can do some communication with pings, but not all. I can tell them, hey, let's go to this location, right? But I cannot ping to the next location I want to go to because it will remove my first ping. So I just have to go ping, 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 beep by ping. It's a mess to communicate. Not only that, sometimes people just miss the pings. They don't see it on the map, okay? And I'm guilty of this too. And it's fine, but like it happens. And when it happens, it's annoying because instead of 3 people, there's now 2 underleveled people fighting a boss. And they get their fucking asses kicked and they get angry because the third guy wasn't following. Or maybe the third guy has a different idea of what to do or where to go, but he cannot clearly communicate this with the other 2 guys because there's no voice chat. Also, remember what I said about the items? Sometimes you might defeat a boss and he drops nothing that's valuable to your character. Let's say you're playing Recluse and you get a really good bow for Iron Eye. If you're playing with a team and you're communicating through Discord, you can tell them, hey, I got a really good bow for you. And the same thing for the other guy. But hey, I got a really good staff for you. You want me to pick it up? Because nothing else here interests me. Well, the other stuff is bullshit. It doesn't help my character. And you're like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then you exchange items. But you cannot do that with random. So yeah, my second point is communication. My third point is crossplay. You might have thought, hey, what if you have enough friends, but some of them buy it on the PlayStation, some of them buy it on PC? Well, tough luck. It's not gonna work, and that's the situation that me and my friend group were like. My buddies, one of them could purchase it on computer. The other guy could purchase it on his PlayStation because his computer was not very good, so he couldn't run the game. But the issue is that there's no crossplay. And I understand that there's safety issues when connecting to like computers, but it's 2025. And FromSoft is a big company that's worth a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it's a billionaire company at this point, right? They've had huge successes with every single game they make, right? So they have a lot of money. They can monitor this shit and have defensive measures against online computer players corrupting the safe data files of console players. It's 2025, dude. Every game has crossplay. If EA can do it with their most recent games, like, come on, EA can do it. Ubisoft does it with their most recent games, right? And multiplayer releases. How the fuck can FromSoft not do it? A relatively very competent gaming company. One of the only few gaming companies that are legitimately competent and almost like never disappoint with games, right? This game, and a lot of people are hating on this game for the absolute worst reasons. And I'm gonna say all of you guys are fucking dumb, right? I'm not gonna talk about it right now because I'm gonna go in a tangent for like 30 minutes if I do. But this game is getting a lot of hate for the wrong reasons. That's why I'm making this video, because I wanted to direct people to the correct criticism of this game. Okay? And the fourth thing I wanted to mention is actually quite simple. I would prefer there to be more variety on the map. You know? It's the same map over and over again. Yeah, there's different drops. And some of the locations swap places, but it's the same layout pretty much, almost in every game you play. That kind of sucks. You know, I wish there was more randomization. Like, I joined one game, we're in a forest-themed map. I joined another, we're in a lava-themed map. I joined another, we're in a frost-themed map, you know? It doesn't have to be a complete change. It could just aesthetically change a couple of things. Maybe add some different locations you can visit, right? Maybe instead of a castle, have like a library, a mage library, instead of a castle, you know? Have something a little bit more unique and different. And the last point I wanted to mention is actually the performance. This game, I have a computer that is more than capable enough of running this game, but I get a lot of lag spikes constantly. Yesterday's was the worst. Yesterday I had so many lag spikes, I was actually questioning whether the hell, like, there's something wrong with my computer, because I should be able to run this game at a constant 60 FPS, and I was running it at like 50 FPS and choppy 40, 50. I was literally like, what the fuck is happening? Last time I played on release day, it wasn't that bad, but now it's actually kind of unplayable. Like, what the fuck? How? And why? Why is it so unplayable? You know? So yeah, that will be my last complaint. I don't have any other complaints other than that. Sorry for the Windows music sound, like a notification. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it's not optimized well. That's my complaints of the game. Other than that, I think the game is fine. It just needs more updates, honestly. And also, this game is worth $40. People are comparing it to $60. Like other FromSoft titles, it's only $40, guys. It's not a AAA release with 60. It's a AAA game, yeah, but it's not $60. It's $40, and there's a lot of content for $40. If you compare this $40 game to any other modern game that's now worth $80, this game has more fucking content for $40 for half the price. Okay, so yeah, relax a little bit with the criticism. I think this game was kind of overhyped. I think that's why people were so critical of it. And me myself, I was also really hyped for this, but I wasn't disappointed. I would say so far, my experience has been very pleasant with this game. Anyways, thank you for listening to my little message, and I hope you have a lovely day. See you, boys and girls.